And here we are. Welcome forward everyone to the latest edition of the Working Man's Warships. I'm your humble host Jedi Gad, and we welcome you, whoever you may be, wherever you are in the globe, whatever time of the day or night it is where you are, and however you are tuning in, watching and listening. Welcome. So, here we are, mid-season update. Now, I am conscious of the fact that I've done more tutorial videos on this season than any other season. That's because it's Azur Lane and there is so much going on, there's so many commanders that it requires addressing. Particularly as I think it only comes along once a year. Those who know will have to correct me on that if I'm wrong. But we must do our mid-season update. As you know, I like to let you know where I am, to encourage new players along the way on their journey to get their rewards, because as ever, I make no apologies, I am absolutely aiming at the new players, the academy, and whatever advanced players can pick up from me, I'd be grateful for. Now, let's get to the calendar. So, right off the bat, my calendar is complete. I used all my unlocks, one a week when I was out of town. I've been out of town a lot lately, and I've managed to get it done. Now again, for new players, here you have week 1, day 1, a typical day. It will give you a list of tasks. Complete them. They are very easily done because if you look top right hand corner, requirements, you can play basically on any mode. Almost any mode, but the most important one is AI. I'm going to keep saying this. There is no shame in doing your missions on AI. Get them done. However you can get them done, get them done. Plus, playing on AI gives you a chance to practice your skills. Things like aiming, angling. It's free practice and you get your missions done. Do it. It's free. No excuses, and you can see what you get, and this is just one day what you get here, and then the next day, so on. You get all these goodies. You know, you're getting commander XP, ship parts, crates, the coins for the current season, more on that coming up, and you just do these. Right now, the advice I would give you is pay close attention to the middle task. That usually tells you what ship you need to play. So, task 1, play a battle. You will complete that just by turning up. You know, it's like doing a test paper and you put your name at the top and you've already got a mark. At the bottom, earn 500 Commander XP. You should be able to earn 500 Commander XP in any battle, really. Okay, so those two are inconsequential. It doesn't matter what ship you play, you're going to get those. It's the one in the middle. Set fire 3 times to ships, which indicates you need probably a cruiser, but you can use ships which are specifically aimed at fire setting. I'm thinking British battleships, Conqueror, Vanguard, etc. Get it done. Right, you move along, you can see incapacitation, destroyed, set on fire, cause flooding, or assisted. So, you know, destroyer could be the way to go, cruiser, whatever. You can see there's all different days, different tasks. Hit a citadel, probably a battleship or a heavy cruiser, so on. Get these done, no excuses. I don't want to hear it. It's free and it's an easy way for you to progress, get a lot of goodies. And you know, here you get an explorer's chest and you get a chance to get a ship, commander, or a skin, the stuff we really all want. Yeah, okay, the boosters and stuff, that's all great, nice, yeah, thank you for the credits. But what we really want are ships and commanders and skins, and you can get it for free here. And then at the end of it all, you get Edwin Remington, who gives you a resource bonus of in one battle hit enemy ships 50 times with secondary battery, which means you're going to put him on your brawler battleships. Think Bismarck, you know, Schlieffen, these sort of ships. And also your cruisers that have got good secondaries, Schroeder, Michelangelo, and you get a 50% credit boost once a day. These are the sort of things which are great for new players and how you can build up your resources quickly. No excuses, get it done. And then we move on to the marathon. Now this is in 3 stages. The final stage, which we are on, ends in 12 days. And as you can see, the target is 20,000. I have 20,040. So I now have the Conqueror. Not the Conqueror, the Thunderer. Forgive me. It's there. Plus all the other rewards. Now this is done over 3 different stages. So stage 1, when did it start? Was it in the last campaign? Can't remember. But there's 3 stages and all you have to do is accumulate ship parts. Now if you remember, I just showed you in the calendar a very easy way to accumulate ship parts. Really easy. The other way you do this is through your missions. You know, your weekly missions. Your weekly havoc and you know, your renown. Things like that. That's how you can do it. You can of course get them in crates. If you're buying crates, you're buying stuff from the shop. I tend not to do that. I don't want to buy anything. I'm a cheapskate. I'm tired in the schedule at Heathrow Airport. I don't want to buy anything. I want to see what I can get for free. That's the main reason for this channel, so I can show all of you what I did. And I would say probably 80 to 90% of the things on this game I have got just by earning them and doing battles and complete missions. There's some things I've purchased. We're getting onto that in a minute, but just do the missions and you'll get there. And a lot of it can be done on AI. So if you're a new player, there really is no excuse. I don't want to hear it's too hard, it costs too much money. No, you can do it. Just put in the time, play on AI, sharpen up your skills. Obviously playing on standard will get you more of everything, but you sharpen up on AI, you'll complete a lot of your missions and get it done. This buys you access to tier 8. We just had a steel hunter where you can earn the most precious commodity on the game, which is steel. And just by doing daily missions, you could earn, I think it was 200 a day. And you know, normally you might get 150 a week. And these ships, they buy you access to it and it doesn't cost you anything. Get it done. Okay? So, right now, where am I at in my campaign? So we're halfway through. You can see I'm on 56. So if I go in and enter the campaign, about halfway through the campaign, about halfway through, 56, got to get to 100. I'm about halfway. I have fallen behind. I'm not going to lie to you. I've fallen behind. I've been out of town a lot lately. So I've fallen behind. Now, I've got all this done. You can see these are all the goodies that I've managed to accumulate. The ones at the top you will get with your Admiralty backing, which is the thing I mainly actually use hard currency for. But at the bottom, if you haven't got that, you'll still get all this stuff. You can see the coins, the ship parts, crates, all of this stuff you're going to get. And again, a lot of it you can get by simply playing on AI. If you've just started playing this game and you're new to it, play on AI. Sharpen your skills, practice, get good, then come to standard. But there's no shame in doing it and you'll still get these rewards. Now yes, you'll progress more slowly, but if you're a beginner, that's the whole point. You know, we're not going to throw you in and you just start and make you do A levels. Build up. Get your SATs and your GCSEs first. Those in the UK will know what I'm talking about. And you can get this stuff and it helps you to upgrade very quickly. Yeah, pretty simple. I'm halfway. I would be further, but again, I've been out of town a lot, and this is again part of the reason why I haven't posted as much, because basically the job that I do requires me to be out of town a lot. Yeah. If you don't know, I work in the sports industry, so we need to get this done. However you do it, AI standard, you can do it and you will progress. Now we need to move along, the current campaign would not be complete without moving on to Azur. Now, we've been over this a lot. I'm going to try and not spend too much time on it today. First of all, you can see the other stuff that they've got and all this. Not interested in any of this stuff because it's too expensive. I believe so anyway. I mean, if you've got the disposable income, do it. But I don't. So, Azur. Now, the first thing I would say, and I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. There's not enough variety. Right? We need more destroyer, and he says begrudgingly through gritted teeth, more carrier commanders. But we do. Giving me 15 and 16 commanders, 16 for cruiser, 15 for battleship, is too much. You're oversaturating the market, right? We want more destroyer commanders, please, Azur. Are you listening? Azur Wargaming, give us more destroyer commanders, please. And throw some carrier commanders in there as well for good measure. We don't need any more battleship or cruiser commanders. I need to be clear on that. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that. We've disagreed on a lot of these commanders, which is good. Debate is good. But I'm sure we can all agree we need more variety. Now, why am I in here? Covering ground I've already covered. Well, I'm not actually. I'm going to be honest with you. Every once in a while on this game, something comes along which is kind of worth the money. Now, again, to me, the Admiralty backing is 100% absolutely worth the money. Okay? For, what is it, £7.39 in our currency. Let's call it £8. Giving you a whole bunch of stuff, and I think we've done the maths, it adds up to over £100. I pay £8, I get stuff that comes in at more than 100. That is a good investment. It is worth it, right? The other thing is premium access. That's also worth it over here. It is. Now, obviously, you know, getting 50% off for a whole year is the best one. But how many people are going to spend 22,500 in one go? Not that many. There are some, and if you can, more power to you. But most of us are not going to do this. So the one I will always go for is the 30-day package, because it's 30%, which is decent. 30 days, and it's 2,625. Right? So it falls right into the £7.39 category. For 30 days, £7.39, I think is good value for money. You know, I know I'm the first person to come up here and say, oh, it's too expensive, oh, it's too money, I'm tight, like Julius and everybody hates Chris. But when there's value, let's acknowledge it. And I believe that's value, okay? For your premium access, I believe that represents value. So I normally go for the 30-day one. Remember, you're going to get premium access when you complete your missions anyway. So it all adds up. So that 30 days, in reality, through your campaign and your crates and stuff like that, is going to end up being more than 30. So I normally go for this one. Right? So that plus your Admiralty backing, which comes in at 2,500, again, falls right into the realms of the £7.39. So for £16, I can get a whole campaign plus 30 days plus premium access. For £16, I think that's fabulous value. Right? Now, why am I waffling on about all this and tying it into Azur? Well, here's why. You can see I've got 7 days premium access left. Now, yes, I'm going to earn some in the campaign. I'm going to get some more. But I'm going to need to top that up at some point. Also, you can see my 1,389 doubloons. Again, when the next campaign starts, I'm going to need 2,500 for my Admiralty backing. So both are in need of topping up. And it'll be the first time I've topped up premium probably in at least 2 months. So that £8 isn't even £8 a month. It's like 2 or more. So I'm going to need to top both of them up. So I'm already in for this, which is 5,625. I'm already going to be doing this. Yeah, $14.99 to me, that's good value. So I'm going to do this. Why am I bringing up Azur? It's because of one of these commanders. And the commander in question is San Luis. Now, I don't have her. 5,000, again, you're looking at £15. Not what I would call cheap. And some people who are affluent are saying to me, what are you talking about? £15? To me, relatively speaking, putting aside our earnings, it's a lot. But every once in a while, something comes in this game that I believe represents true value. And I'm seriously considering purchasing San Luis because she would really help my French fleet. Now, obviously, for the cruisers, she's going to be amazing. You know, the reload time, the cooldown time for consumables. She gives you all of this variety over here. She gives you all this stuff. Great. Okay, she's fully packed. Everything. But bonjour. Ça va? Listen. See this right here? This means she can help my battleships. And I've got one in particular, and then I believe there's another. Bourgogne. That main battery reload booster charge plus the duration transforms that ship for me. And I believe it will do the same for Strasbourg as well. So this is a multi-class commander. She would help my cruisers and a couple of my battleships. I don't have her. She's fabulous. And I'm giving serious thought to purchasing San Luis. I'm going to be open. Every once in a while, yes, I don't pay for most things on this game. But I am currently counting my coppers to see if I can justify in my head and in the financial scheme of things purchasing San Luis. She's fabulous. Now, the same thing would apply over here to who I believe is the best of them all, which is Vittorio Veneto. But I already have her. So, she's cool. I believe I can make an argument that she might be the best of all the Azulanes. Because, again, she is multi-class and all of the stuff that she gives you here is just... That secondary SAP shell damage. But I've already got her. Okay? All this is fabulous, but she's already here. The secondary interest, I mean, what do you not like? So I already have her. So she... The 5,000 is not applicable to her. The other one I had in my top 3 was... This is just my top 3, was Grafspee. For the same reasons as the other two. The thing with Grafspee is that I don't actually need her. This is all fabulous stuff, by the way. But I'm covered for my German cruisers. I've got enough. And my German battleships, I'm covered as well. So I don't really need the extra expense of Grafspee. Right? But San Luis, I'm thinking about it. So I'm just putting you all on notice now. The decision's going to be made in the next week or so. Okay. So that is Azulane. Give us more variety, please. Moving on. What I'm going to do now is, to finish, I'm going to show you a little hack. All players can use this. Advanced players can use it too. New players, mainly for you. Here is a way to maximize rewards and get as much currency as possible. This is what I do. Now, on the current campaign, you have the blue anchor, which is, if you look, you can see it at the bottom next to the ship where the red star is, and if you go to the top you can see ship's next victory bonus, right? So the way the hack works is this. What you do is you put your filter on, yeah, put the blue anchor on, so it will only show you ships that have a bonus for your next win. Once you have won a battle with the ship, do not use it again until you've done the other ships. So, if I was to win in Farragut, I do not use Farragut again. It will take it away from you anyway because of the filter. Because you've got the anchor on, Farragut won't appear here when you win. Leave the filter on until it goes away. And now this requires discipline, right? What this does for you is it gives you 3 boosts. So pay attention, new players. The first boost it gives you is it forces you to play all your ships in your fleet. Okay, so let's say Farragut was the only destroyer I had and I'd been playing it all the time. It will go away. It now forces me to play cruisers and battleships. So it will force you to play other ships in your fleet, which will improve your overall game. That's the first advantage of this hack. The second thing it will do is you will maximize your rewards, because you won't be constantly playing the same ships that you've already won the reward, the bonus. Yeah, so if I win with Farragut, the bonus goes away. I don't want to keep playing with it. I want to play with the other ships and get, for tier 4, it's camos. If I move up to tier 5, now you start looking and you see, okay, now it's the crates. Yeah, the same crate you get every day in the shop. Well, look how many of them there are available to you. That will add up to a lot of resources. Look at this. This is just tier 5. It will add up. Now, I haven't been able to do all these because I just don't have the time to sit here and go through all of them one by one. But look how much rewards there are on offer. So if we go up to tier 6, more camos. Now, I don't like that camo. I think it's hideous. Yeah, I think it's an abomination and it will never get on any of my ships. But it has value because you can melt it down. Let's go up to 7. Again, look, battle boosters. We can all use those. Just go along and only play the anchors. So, bonus number 1, you have to play all your ships, which improves your skill set. Bonus number 2, you will maximize the rewards on offer, which leads to bonus number 3, which is like a bonus of 2. If I didn't take this filter away, and then if I go up here to, let's go to tier 8, right? So you can see what's on offer, right? So if I go to Delaware, you can see what's on offer there. But look here, when you win the battle, don't take the boosters off, leave them on. And what happens is you're banking boosters. Look at this. So I've got boosters here on ships that I've already won battles with. Not Hayate, but if you look at all the ships that I've won battles on, okay, I've left the boosters on. So when the anchor goes away and these come back, I'm gonna have a bunch of banked boosters ready to go. Now again, I told you it requires discipline, but these ships that I've got, look at all these boosters that I've got banked. They're all there. Different ships, different boosters, but I've got a bunch of boosters banked up from ships that I've already won in. Just don't take them off. So now what happens is, if I go and find, alright, let's look at Katsonis. Look at my boosters, right? So you see what I've got here. And these are the ones I'm using. So I've got these anyway. Now, I've got all of these banked up. And I could go right along from tier 5 all the way up to legendary and show you all the banked boosters I've got. So, the blue anchor, whenever it comes, gives you 3 clear advantages. 1, it forces you to play all your ships, which improves your overall skill set and understanding of the game. It's a bit like playing football and you play goalkeeper, defense, midfield and striker, so you gain a better awareness of all the positions on the pitch. That's 1. 2, you will maximize your boosters, right? Rather than continuously playing Smarland when I've already got its bonus, I'll maximize the bonuses because I play the ones with the blue anchor. 2, and then 3, which is an extension of 2, your banked boosters on your exterior. Don't take them off, and then when it resets, you'll have a whole bunch of boosters on your exterior banked, ready to go. Okay? You see, it's a service I provide, people. So what I want to do now is I want to put this back on, and there we go. We've reset. Okay? The bonuses start at tier 4, by the way. Alright? Now, last thing before we go, if you look up at the top of my screen, you can see crates. Now, I'm not going to open these now. I'm saving them. All of these crates I've built up. I'm now going to start doing this every campaign, and I'm going to save up all. It's not all the crates. Crates which can drop the goodies, the real stuff we want. Crates which can drop ships, commanders, camos, and then by extension, premium access, things of that nature. They're the ones we really want. I'm going to save them for the end of season update, and then I will open them all with you. Now, I might not get any of the above. I might just get a bunch of boosters and credits and stuff, and it's all great and I can use it. But if I get one commander, one ship, one camo, it's been a huge success. And crates have been quite kind to me lately. I've got a lot of stuff out of them. But you wouldn't know that, because I could just say, oh, well, I got this ship out of it. How are you going to know? I want to open them with you, so you're going to see what comes out of these crates, and if I get any real goodies in them. And that basically is an illustration of how I've got to this point. Like I say, 80 to 90% of the stuff I've got in this game, I haven't actually used hard currency for. Yeah? Yes, I've used hard currency, but it's minimal. So, it's like I'm World of Warships PSR. Football fans know what I'm talking about. Okay? I live within my means, and when it comes to transfers, I'm more than breaking even. I'm in the green. My player trading is in the green. So I'm going to open them with you, and then you'll see what I get, if I get anything, and that's how I've built up my account. So hopefully that explains everything. Hope you're still with me. Hope you've enjoyed it as ever. Any comments you have, suggestions, anything at all, anything you agree, disagree with, let me know in the comment section. And the next time you see me or you hear from me, I'll be back where I really like to be, which is out at sea doing my thing. Okay? So, thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Please like, subscribe, share. And I'm going to see you on the next episode of The Working Man's Warships. Take care of yourselves, folks.